Attention all you fake-ass people, narcissistic assholes, backstabbing traitors, and users. Listen up. I've got a message for you, and it's not pretty. I've put up with your endless bullshit, your pathetic lies, and your manipulative games. You've taken my kindness for weakness, used me, and stabbed me in the back whenever it suited you. Well, fuck that, and fuck you too. I'm not your fucking doormat anymore. You can take your deceit, your betrayal, and your lies and shove them straight up your ass. I'm done with your toxic garbage, your fake-ass smiles, and your self-serving games. So here's my final message to all of you worthless pieces of shit. Fuck you. Fuck your fake-ass smiles. Fuck your two-faced bullshit. And fuck everything you stand for. I'm done with all your fucking bullshit, and you can kiss my fucking ass.
What I would say, do not be emotionally reactive to their emotions. Listen, we all know women are emotional people. They're going to cry. They're going to be angry. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to nag. They're going to bicker. But that's not the problem. It's more so how you as a man react to it. If you're emotionally arguing back, starting drama with her, all you're basically doing is just adding fuel to the flame. Everything's just going to explode and get worse. But if you practice a little bit of stoicism, if you're that rock, if you're not emotionally reactive to her emotions and behavior, you'll come to find out she'll get over it. And then a few hours later, she'll come apologizing to you, all because you were not emotionally reactive. So stay grounded and definitely don't hit women. Like, you're absolutely crazy. If I had to tell my younger self.
Black men, stop arguing with these women. If you can't tell her anything, leave her alone. Let's give more attention to women who are open-minded and actually want to understand and grow. This is one of the reasons we die so early, forcing shit. Stop it. Black men.
Never argue with women. Never argue with women. When a woman can bait you into an argument, especially a petty one, they look at you like you weak, like you're not solid, right? And ultimately they lose respect for you. Sometimes your girl will be bored, the relationship stagnant. Sometimes your girl will start an argument with you over some little shit, and she can trip you up into an argument for entertainment or whatever. If you fall into this, it's not a good look. She's not going to look at you like you're a solid dude. And ultimately, they'll lose respect for you. Arguing causes resentment, and it creates silent enemies. Never argue.
Fellas, y'all gonna have to learn to stop arguing with women. It's pointless. They filter information through their perceptual biases that's predicated on their moral purity. Women do not see facts. They see mean, rude, good, bad. That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be this way. I don't like that. That's not fair. Notice how they always say, I feel like, I just feel like, I feel like, when speaking on a phenomenon. You'll find yourself in a cyclical battle of reiterating the same points over and over and trying to get back to the original point that you diverted from. Doesn't matter what amount of evidence you present women with. If she doesn't like it, she will not acknowledge it. She will not accept it. If you tell a woman 2 + 2 is 4 and she don't like you or 4, you just became a bigot, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic, xenophobic. Someone hurt you or you're gay. If you tell a woman you like apples and she's an orange, you just told her that you hate oranges and your mother. If your favorite color is red and she's blue, you're a colorist. They're going to modify definitions and concepts to rationalize their position on the topic. They don't communicate to listen, understand, or for a solution. Fellas, y'all gonna have to learn to stop arguing with women.
This is the thing with women, right? Women will shout at each other in each other's faces, and it doesn't really cross their mind unless they're quite ghetto to get physical. But as a man, you don't raise your voice without understanding there's a chance it's about to become a physical confrontation. This is the thing with women, right? Women will shout at you.
Stop asking women for the number. That's the fastest way to look like every other dude.
What's going on, y'all? What's up, man? 313 The New Breed, Real Talk. I just wanted to let y'all see a couple videos, man, to for this topic. And very very nice videos, man. I thought this would be very helpful for the topic. And those that don't know the topic is, fellas, you got to stop arguing with women. All these videos had different points. It's like you can't win when it comes to arguing with women. Anything that you say, anything you do, it's just going to come back to haunt you. The best thing I think to do is to just walk away from the situation. Because if you argue, if you straight up argue with them, they're going to find some way to blame you for something. If you argue with them, you sassy. If you argue with them, you ain't no real man, because they're going to be like, a real man don't argue with a woman. Well, you're not a real woman if you arguing with me. So that's how it is. I look at it as, man, I don't care. And I'm not doing this video because of to tell y'all. I'm doing this video to remind myself not to do it. Because sometimes I find myself getting back on it, and a woman can say something to me that's hurtful and that's really disrespectful, and I find myself telling them about themselves. Now, sometimes you do have to tell these women about themselves, because they just gonna keep being disrespectful and disrespectful and disrespectful. But the key thing to me is you have to walk away from these women. You have to, because if you don't, it's gonna be an ongoing thing. But then if you don't tell them about themselves, and they're going to keep on doing it. So it's kind of like a catch-22. But I would say the best thing to do, man, you got to just get rid of the whole situation. You got to get rid of somebody who always wants to argue and blame you for something, man. You got to just let that go. You got to get rid of it, because you don't want to keep arguing with your spouse, and you don't want to argue with your lady every single day. That is stressing. You get enough being out there in the world where people don't like you. Now you got a person in your household that don't like you. Then she'll program that to the kids, and then they ain't gonna like you. So it's nothing worse if your kids don't like you, and you ain't even done nothing but be a good father, a good provider, or whatever. But with a lot of women, nothing is going to be. How can I say this? No matter what you do, sometimes it still ain't going to be right with them. They'll always find a way to blame you for something. Scandala, what's up, man? What's up, big homie? Appreciate you coming in to the looking at the live, man. Appreciate y'all. Just everybody else that's watching the live, man. Thank y'all so much. Anybody that's on YouTube, everybody on YouTube. Facebook, I can't see what y'all saying because I'm only under the YouTube platform, though. But I know I'm under both. So, but I would just say, just get out of that. You can argue with a woman and then she'll call the police. You can argue with them and then they're going to say you sassy. You're going to argue with them. They're going to bring other people involved in the conversation. They're going to say, oh, you hit her, you did this, all these false things she can say about you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you on the internet, you arguing with a woman. They always can screenshot what you're saying, and then they'll post it on their posts. This is how petty these females are. They will literally post it and screenshot you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. I don't understand that. Just if you don't want to be around a person, you don't like them, why are you posting stuff about them? And I'm telling you guys, what we got to start doing when women start doing stuff like that, we got to start threatening to sue them. Because if they doing that, then that's a defamation of character. You can sue them for that. And that's what you got to do. You got to threaten to sue them like, hey, I'm going to sue you for saying that. Then all of a sudden they're going to be, oh, hold on, I was just playing. I'm like, no, I don't play like that. I'm going to sue you. I don't play like that. I'm not out here putting your business out there like that, so don't put my business out there like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you argue, a lot of times you hear people arguing about, oh, I didn't mean that. They really speaking how they really feel. I know some people will speak out of anger and stuff like that. Some people do that. I'm not that's just how it is. But I don't want to be around somebody or have somebody in my circle that is arguing with me and that's saying things about me. I don't want that in my circle. And I don't want, and that's regarding with women, and that's even with dudes. Like, you got dudes that like to argue and stuff like that. And I'll be like, I ain't got time for all that, man. I'm good. I'm straight. But women love to argue. Much they like to argue. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. They will argue with you about the smallest things that don't make no sense. You left the toilet seat up. Why you leave the toilet seat up? Why we ain't got no why ain't you put some new tissue in there? You know where the tissue go. Just put the shit in there and just handle your business. Well, you didn't do this. A man can't think and do everything. He doesn't know everything. He's not, a lot of us are not calculated that way. We can't remember everything. Some of us can't remember what we did 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. So you can't remember that. But it's always women that want to argue with you for over the stupidest things. They'll call you over the stupidest things, and you can have you a good day. And then a woman to just call you and be like, oh, I'm having a bad day, I'm doing this. And then you be like, you want to be sympathetic about it, but at the same time, you already know where this is going to go. So you just be like, I don't want to be around negativity. I don't want to be around people who always got stupid things to say. I don't want to be around family members, even family members, man. And sometimes even family members, your friends, they want to argue. Your female friends want to argue. Women in your family that want to argue. You ain't got time for that. You know what, Scan? That's interesting, man. That's interesting. You said you don't argue. You'll just say something slick and walk off. You know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That might be the best thing, but the thing is, you got to watch out for, bruh, is you don't know how these women will be when you say something slick. They could call somebody, or they might have something on them, and then they might come after you, bro. That's the downside of it. I would just, when they say something, I just be like, okay, cool. All right, you have a good day. Like I recently, one of my so-called friends, I'm not friends with him anymore, and this chick told me that her grandmother recently passed. So I was like, oh damn. I said, that's messed up, because I said, I know how you feel, because a couple like 2 weeks ago my dog died. So I know exactly how it is to lose somebody. But then she like, well, I don't want to be rude, but that ain't got no comparison. So basically, she basically just shitted on the death of my dog like it ain't important. And I'm like, damn, it's like that? I said, yeah, that's some fucked up shit to say. But then I said, you know what? I'm not going to call her a bitch. I'm not going to call her a hoe. I'm not going to do none of this other stuff. I'm going to just keep it moving. Because if I argue with her and I say something, she could report me to Facebook or report me to social media, and then my page and everything is gone. And then she could have that all on her page and just put my business out there like that. That's how scandalous these women are. They will put your business out there real quick. Like very quick. Like, yeah, this dude did this and he sent me this type of picture and he called me a bitch and a hoe and a slut and all that. He posted some stuff, and then that comes back to haunt you. And that's why I say to fellas, don't even argue with these women. It's not worth it. The best thing you could do, man, get your money, Do your thing and be around more positive people. That's the best thing I can tell you. That's the only thing you can do, because with us, man, and fellas, I know y'all know this. We behind 8-ball. Not a lot of us, they ain't gonna like us. Especially as a black man, we already behind the 8-ball. Nobody likes us. So we got to work twice as hard to pay bills and do what we can do and everything. But then to these women, that's still not enough. Or you ain't making enough money. You ain't doing this for your household. You ain't a man. I'm making more money than you. And that makes you feel like less of a man. The way these women be talking to you. And you trying to do the best you can. You paying your bills. You doing this. You doing that. And then that still ain't enough. And then they be with somebody else. They'll be with somebody who they think that's better than you and make more money. But all they doing is just the person that they be with, they wound up being cheating on them, fucking them up, beating on them, all that. At the end, they won't be like, damn, I had a good thing going and I messed it up. That's how some of these women are. They're not patient. They don't want us to be patient just like we patient with them on they come ups and getting money and stuff like that. They want an already made dude that's already got money and everything. Everybody's not like that. A lot of these women be arguing about that. These niggas ain't got no money. They broke. They this, they that, and all that. I'm like, so where's your money at? Where's if you're making more than your guy, why don't you tell him different ways he can make the type of money that you make? See, it's too many women out here that want to bash us and tell us we broke and all this, but then they not teaching us ways for us to get money. Because if we knew ways for them to get some money, we would tell them, but they ain't going to tell us. You know what I'm saying? And then once you with a woman of another race, then it's going to be a problem. There's going to be an issue. So, you know, it's just not arguing with women, man. I wouldn't argue with women. I wouldn't even argue with women at your job. That's even worse, bro. They can talk to management. They can say you on some sexual harassment shit. They can say anything they can because they're a woman, and they gonna hear them more than they gonna hear you. Because if you say something like that, they gonna look at you like, man, we don't believe you. That ain't really happening. You a man. You twice her size. But it's a no-win thing when it comes to arguing, man. As a man, you cannot win when it comes to arguing with these women. They will find every way possible to make you look bad. The best win of an argument is walking away, getting your money, and being successful. That is the best argument you can have on women. Getting your money up, getting everything up, having your own shit, all that. That's the best flex for arguing, is moving in silence and handling your business and being happy with yourself. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself, man. Sometimes that's better than being in a relationship. In a relationship, that can stress you out. Man, I'm so glad I'm single. I've been single for a long time. And all the things that I've done over the past few years, I couldn't do with a woman, because she would find a way to have an excuse. I don't like this. It's not my thing. And I'm just like, I just want to be free and just do whatever I want to do. And that's the best thing to do. See, I'm free. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no kids. So I can do that. I can do pretty much anything I want to. You know what I'm saying? Well, probably not everything, but most stuff. But it's wonderful. And that's why I say, man, don't argue with these women. It's just not worth it. You will just be, your head would be hurting. You would get a migraine. it'll really get to you, man. It'll fuck up your whole day. And you don't want to put yourself in that situation. I want to see you guys win, man. I want to see every one of you guys win. You don't have to argue with a woman or settle with a chick or do that. You need to, if you got a plan, if it's something that you want to do, just do it. It don't matter if a woman is the cause of you not having your plans or doing what you want to do. You don't need to be with that woman, because a real woman would be happy with anything that you do, wherever you go, and everything. If she's arguing with you all the time, or sometimes they do that on purpose. Sometimes they argue with you in front of people just to be on some attention stuff. They'll argue with you in front of their family just to see how you would react and how they would react. So sometimes these females be arguing and they don't even need a reason. They just argue because they like to argue. That's a dangerous female. That is a very, very, very dangerous woman. And I don't want y'all to come across that, because those are the type of people that could do bodily harm to you or get somebody else to do bodily harm to you. Because a lot of them are already crazy. They're already emotional. They just lost. And I don't want you fellas to go through no situations like that. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. You could be in a happy relationship without arguing. Yeah, you'll get your disagreements and stuff like that. But if you have to argue so much, it's just not worth it. It's not good for the soul. It's not good for your health. You know, it's just not good. And I'm challenging you guys, man. Don't put yourself in the situation. I'm telling myself that. I don't want to put myself in that situation. I want to be in a happy relationship with a woman where it's positive. It's not always going to be positive. You're going to have some negatives. You're going to have some disagreements. You're going to have things that you don't agree with your spouse. You got to have your own space. You don't want to be around your girl all the time too. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I'll tell you, fellas, please don't argue with these women. Please don't hit these women too, bro. If it's to an argument, to a fact that you feel like you need to hit a chick, that's not the type of chick you do. I don't condone violence unless you and your life is in danger and you have to survive to stay alive. But other than that, man, it's just not worth hitting a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a woman should hit a man. You know, this domestic violence, it's a lot of that's been going on, especially with these athletes. It's a lot of that's been going on. And you see some of this stuff on the news. That's not no real man type stuff, man. I don't like a man that hits a woman. Especially if she ain't done nothing. You just mad because your life is not the way you want it to, so then you just hit a woman. I don't agree with that. If you don't like the way your life is, do something about it. Make it better. Hell, I'm not happy with the way my life is. But I'm trying to do whatever I can to change that. Yes, I would love to get into the sports field. And I'm willing, and I want to do as much as I can to get into the sports field. Be involved in sports, be involved in some kind of team. I would love to do that. I know that takes hard work. I know that takes dedication, and I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. I want all you fellas to be successful. I want to be successful. I want everybody to win, man. Everybody might not win, but at least you try. It's people out here that's afraid to be successful. I don't get that at all. I don't get that. Oh, I'm afraid something to happen. Well, anything can happen to you no matter how much you get. Yeah, some people are seeing you as a target, but shit, it is what it is. You a target in society anyway. As a black man, we are targets. We targets. But you just got to get this money, man. Forget arguing with these women. Forget arguing with anybody. It's just not worth it. You don't know how a person's day is. You don't know how it is with how a person's day is when you argue with them. They could be looking for that little bit to argue on, just to do something, to just set them off. And you just don't want to get to that point where you're doing that. My advice is, man, just keep it moving. Walk away. Just walk away. Don't even say nothing, and just handle your business and be successful. That's the biggest. That's how you win an argument, is handling your business and living your life and being successful. That's my thing. But that's up to y'all. I don't want to put, force y'all into it. It's up to y'all to do that. So hopefully y'all come up with a good decision and handle y'all business. But hey, man, it's fun talking to y'all, man. It's your boy 313 The New Breed, Real Talk. Y'all like and subscribe to the channel, 313 The New Breed, Real Talk. The New Breed, 313 Sports. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Y'all will see me later on the NBA Nightly on the Detroit Fan Report. So shout out to everybody on the Detroit Fan Report, the NBA Nightly. Y'all can also see me on the Central Crown. Y'all definitely will see me on there. I think our show is Saturday. I think it's this Saturday at like 8 o'clock or 7 or 8 o'clock, something like that. Y'all will see me on the college football show that's on there. A great group of guys there, man. Just, a shout out to the Detroit Fan Report, man. My man Bandit holding it down there, bro. He doing his thing hard. We're one of the hardest working guys out there, man. So salute to him. Salute to everybody in the Detroit Fan Report. Shout out to my man Ed, Drew, rolling with FD, Big John. Man, my man Nate Castro, man, New York Knicks fan, and talks about the Knicks, what's going on, man. And just everybody that's doing social media, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't worry about what nobody thinks, and just worry about you never know who's watching your videos and who could put you up there. So salute to everybody. And I'll let y'all on the next video, man. Peace out. Love y'all, man.